Hey guys, Tesla there. So I'm going to be showing you guys the day 1 outlook that SBC has put out. It's currently 3 o'clock for me, so this could change by the time I upload this video. Not much, but there is a moderate risk in parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. There's also an enhanced risk in most of Missouri and like some of Kansas, and also most of Oklahoma, and even some of Texas included in this enhanced risk for today. You also see there is a slight risk right here. That includes Nebraska. Iowa. Sorry, and Nebraska is included in this too, in the slight risk, and Iowa. And you also see that obviously Oklahoma, more of Texas is included in this, and also Arkansas. Arkansas is also included in this slight risk for today. Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, all those are included in the slight risk. There's also a marginal risk, as you can see up here. That includes Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, all the way down into North Carolina. Also a slight risk here in North Carolina and Kentucky. I just saw that right there. And it's most of the some of the Midwest and some of the lower Midwest, or like parts of Tornado Alley and lower Midwest. So you can see that's the severe weather outlook is looking like. There's also a 15% tornado risk for anywhere in the 15% hash area. Anywhere in that within 24 miles of that area could have a tornado. Same with the 10%, 5%, 2% risks. So the highest risk is in Oklahoma, lower Kansas, and lower Missouri. In like up half of Oklahoma, looks like. There's also a 10% risk. That includes most of Missouri, some of Kansas, and also most of Oklahoma, and even some of Arkansas is included in this 10% risk for tornadoes. You can see with a 5%, there's a 2% and 5% up here. That includes Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and even some of Texas. There's also a 2%, which is not as high of a percent, but there is some areas included in this 2%. Like you can see South Dakota is included in some of this 2%. And basically everywhere everywhere in the slight risk is basically where the 2% tornado risk is included. So here's the severe wind risk there is. In North Carolina, there is a 15% also, 30% high wind risk, damaging wind risk. In Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, including 30% risk. And then some of Texas and Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri are also included. I'll turn cities on so you can see the specific cities. That makes it a little bit more cluttered. But then let's look at the hail risk. Basically the same areas, but there's a 45% probability of 1-inch hail or larger within 25 miles of any point between the 10% risk. So there's a 15% risk in North Carolina again, and some of Kentucky, or not Kentucky. Like Kentucky has some of the 5% hail risk. But you can see there's a 45% hail risk, severe hail risk in Oklahoma. I keep on refreshing when I'm trying to do this. Alright, but also 30% risk in Kansas, Missouri, and some of Texas even is included in this. And then the 15% chance includes some of Iowa, some of Nevada, some of Kansas, some of the rest of Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and also Arkansas is included in this. So here are the major cities that are included. Here's what the major cities are looking like that are included in these risks. So let's look at the models for HRRR. Hey guys, here's what HRRR is showing right now for Thursday. For Monday, sorry. Not Thursday, Monday. Here's what you see the line of storms starting to cluster up right here. Later goes up some more. See maybe some discrete supercells, right? Some supercells down there at around Monday afternoon. Then you see the supercells start popping up. And you see all these supercells popping up around Monday night. Look at all those supercells right there. Oklahoma. You see it goes up into Kansas, Missouri. Eventually heads into some of Arkansas, actually. Looks like maybe Indiana might get added to this. It looks like there is a little discrete supercell right there. Illinois, sorry. Let me get added to this risk. And one starting up and down here in Texas around also on Monday night. Look at these line of supercells. So I keep producing tornadoes and high wind and hail. These go through into, these are happening until early Tuesday morning. So you can see they kind of go away. Some more storms start popping up down here, Indiana. Some storms in the morning on Tuesday. I'll go over that tomorrow when it's updated more. Shows all of Tuesday in case I have to look at that. Let's look at the wind real quick. And here's what the wind looks like. The wind height. You can see down here. Monday morning isn't too bad, but then when you get into Monday night, you see some 76 kT height wind going into Oklahoma, and so it goes into Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, and Nebraska. Some those no, not actually Nebraska, sorry, but you can see it goes into those areas. The high jet stream stretches out through Oklahoma, but that's for Tuesday. So this is for Tuesday. So it goes under Oklahoma. So I'm pretty sure Oklahoma's in the day 2 risk. Also, I'll show that tomorrow when it gets closer, so it's more accurate. Let's look at the supercell. No, let's look at the base. Here's the surface-based scape for tomorrow. Let me go back quick, sorry. Let's go to Monday. You can see some 5,000. You can see some 4,000 plus cape starting up down here in Oklahoma and Texas, and some 2,000 plus cape over here in Kansas and Arkansas and some Missouri. You see that does get higher. Looks like you have 5,000 cape right there in Texas, in Oklahoma, and then Kansas. Not Kansas. Missouri's getting some more 2,000 plus cape, and 3,000 plus cape is happening in Kansas around that time, and in Arkansas also 2,000 plus cape at around Monday afternoon, Monday night. See right here, more of Oklahoma and Texas get into this 5,000 cape area, and some 3,000 plus cape in Kansas, and also Missouri and Arkansas. See, this goes into the night, and then the cape kind of goes away by the time it gets up here. There is some cape starting up. Caps. Cape, sorry. Let's look at the bulk shear. Here's what the bulk here is looking at like right now, guys. In Oklahoma, you can see right there, 45 KT, some 54 KT in there. Some pretty high shear. Pretty good shear for significant severe weather. The shear does kind of start back up early Tuesday morning. See right in here? Sorry. See right there, guys? So it's 56 KT. So a pretty good shear. Let's look at the supercell composite. Now here's what the supercell composite is looking like right now, guys, for Monday. You can see early Monday there is some high super. That's probably the supercell that's starting up for the night. These kind of do go away later on in the day. You can see these do start back up a little bit, but what it looks like is that early Monday morning you can see these supercells start to form. Very good supercell numbers starting to form up there, down here, in these areas where the highest risks are. Which is probably what is, but then it lowers, but that's probably, but the supercells are still there from this morning. Let's look at the significant tornado perimeter. This is significant tornado perimeter. Early Monday, you can see some high. That's very high for the morning. 8.1 in up in Kansas. That's pretty high. There could be some early morning tornadoes up in Kansas. See, this does get down in Texas and Oklahoma at around Monday afternoon. So it's by Monday night. You can see some more. But this is by Monday night. You see all these little areas with tornadoes, with some high tornado significant parameters. See if we have a cold front moving in. Let's see if there is a cold front moving in at this time, guys. There is a cold front over this area and a low pressure system up here. Thursday night and Thursday afternoon. Mostly Thursday night. You see this low pressure system down here. That goes just switching back and forth right there. See that? There is definitely a cold front in there. It could initiate the storms on Monday night. Yeah, but guys, that's what it's looking like for Monday night, which is where it looks like it's going to be the worst. What time is going to be the worst? Is that Monday night. Maybe some tornadoes, maybe some storms or tornadoes early Monday. But make sure if you're in any of these areas, if you are in Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas, Nebraska, some of Iowa maybe, you should be weather aware and make sure that you have a way to receive weather notifications and are weather aware in case anything does happen. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that next time I upload for Tuesday Outlook, you will be notified.